are Tyrians. We are many races, several professions. We practice the arts of combat as well as healing. We have foes, and we fight them without mercy. And it's time for us to claim back what is ours. It's time for us to claim back Tyria from the terror of the Elder Dragons. We can't go on living our lives in fear. We have to fight. We have to make a stand. This is our story.
And welcome to episode number 16 of the Chronicles of Tyria podcast, Guild Wars 2 podcast, for fans, by fans, or by fans, for fans. I don't know, we keep switching up what we're going to say.
Just from us to it.
Yeah, it's fine, whatever. They all know. Yar, there be dragons. We'd like to thank everyone that came out to listen to any of our past shows, and I'd like to point out that we broke 5,000 views total on our YouTube page. As you can kind of hear in the background, I'm here with Diint and Naveen.
Hello.
I think Dint's excited because the trading post is back up for a small portion of people in Guild Wars 2, and he happens to be
small portion.
And he happens to be one.
Oh, how I have missed you.
So, in case you haven't got a little bit of an idea, we're going to talk about the game, because obviously the game has been out for just shy of a week at this point, if you pre-purchased. So, before we kind of go into that, if you want to get a hold of us, CoTPodcast.com is where you can view the previous podcasts. You can send us emails at hosts@chroniclesoftyria.com. You can also view us on YouTube at CoTPodcast. And Naveen, did you want to talk about our new kind of audio feed feature that we're implementing, or have implemented already?
Yeah, we already had. We just didn't promote it yet to anyone, but we still got, a few downloads, and I was surprised that people actually downloaded it without even knowing it was there. But we are on iTunes now. Yay! So you guys can download the episodes and, just listen to it on your way to work or in a car or whatever. Work it out. And if you go to CoTPodcast.com, you'll notice now at the end of every post that we will be doing, there's a little download button so that you can actually download our episodes, or you can find us on iTunes, and I will put a link in the description box. If you want to find us through ID, our ID is 556008063.
Don't forget that.
556008063. Okay.
We're going to make a song out of it so you never forget. Yeah, so I think that's one of our major things we wanted to get done, so that way, people have no excuse to say, oh, it's so long and I can't listen to YouTube when I'm in the car. Well, now you can just download us, and you're going to go on a trip. You can listen to us in the airport. You can listen to us on your way to and from work.
Yep.
So, assuming you want to.
Yeah, and the main thing is that also I like listening to podcasts, but, when you're watching a YouTube video on your phone, like for me on my iPhone, I have to leave my phone on.
Mm-hmm.
That drains the battery like crazy.
Yeah.
Now you can just lock your phone. Yay!
Mm-hmm.
Or iPod.
Or Android device, or MP3 player.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, so we're going to talk about the awesomeness of Guild Wars Launch, because the game is out, and everybody's in game, and we're having a great time.
Mm-hmm. And the reason why we're not doing a lore show today is that we all have been spending our times in Guild Wars and kind of not doing our homework.
Basically, yeah.
Well, I did my homework.
I did mine too, but it could have been better. So instead of just doing a lore show with the lore that we could just find on Wiki and then throwing it out there, not as in-depth as usual, we'll leave that for next week.
Yes, which is fine by me, because I will be on my honeymoon.
Yep.
Putting it up in sunny Orlando, Florida. Which I wanted to call this out early in the show so we don't lose any listeners before we get to the end, because the podcasts usually run long. I'm going to be down in Orlando on my honeymoon, going, to all the parks and stuff. So if we have any listeners that are in Orlando and they know of any cool, restaurants or, places, oh, you're in Orlando, you got to check this out, or, any cool things to do, at night, send it to us at, you can send it at Lagwyn at chroniclesoftyria.com, or leave it on the YouTube comments. Just, figure out, branch out, and see if anybody can help me out, find some cool stuff to do.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so...
Speaking of more community ideas,
yeah.
I know that Diint, you wanted to give shout-outs to 2 people?
Yes. A few days ago, I excuse me, ended up role-playing for the first time in Lion's Arch. And I was just kind of strolling along. I was testing out the little walk toggle thing, which I love. And I happened to see this stray little Sylvari lost in Lion's Arch, looking for the tavern. And I didn't know where it was, but I wanted to know where it was, so I ended up following him. And then I guess I ended up getting into his conversation, and then Norn ended up joining in, and so the 3 of us ended up role-playing our way through Sharkmaw's little jumping puzzle cave thing. And it was actually a whole lot of fun. And so I told him I'd give him a shout-out. So I'd like to give a shout-out to Omnicent. I would normally say Omniscient, but it's spelled not like that. So it's Omnicent, and also Valthjof. I think that's... I'm just going to assume that's how it's pronounced.
How's it spelled?
Valthjof. Valthjof.
There you go. You can pronounce it.
Yeah. So, thank you two for an awesome time, and I've added you to my contacts list, and we should roleplay again sometime.
Woohoo!
All right. Well, that's awesome. We're kind of trying to branch out in Tyria since we're running around on the Tarnished coast, having a good time. Mm-hmm. We'd like to play some World versus World, but we decided we're going to wait until after the 2 weeks, even though if I recall, ArenaNet was going to do switching the servers daily until 2 weeks in, then they were going to go to the 2 weeks because the daily switches was supposed to help stabilize it, but I guess with all the other craziness of just getting the game to work, they haven't been able to do that. Mm-hmm. So, in the meantime, we're being decimated by Northern Shipper Peaks, a.k.a. Team Legacy. So... Thank you, Freelancer, for making World vs. World impossible for us to try to come back in. And Bridger and all of Tales of Tyria and all those guys. You guys, we love your show, but we'll be very glad when you're matched up against
someone else.
A server that's not us.
Tarnished Code. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not Tarnished Code.
Yeah, because, like I was telling Lagwyn before, it's basically the crazily PvPers against the role players.
Yeah.
So, talk about balance there, I mean, not that role players don't World vs. World or PvP. We do. But we're not as passionate about it.
I was going to say good, but we'll go with passionate.
Hey, I'm good. No, I'm not good. My husband's good.
Oh, not that again.
Lagwyn.
Oh, jeez, are you okay?
Oh, yeah.
Sounded like that hurt.
Yeah, anyway. So, but, yeah, the game's out, and it is awesome. So, I guess we should point out that Casey, our eye in the sky of Tyria, has been all over the place with the news, even though, actually, school's done for her right now, but it starts up again on Monday. Mm-hmm. So we can't, yell at her again for not doing her school.
Studying, yeah.
Yeah, but she has been diligently updating our news. I know she's putting out a few more things today,
yep.
Including something about, I don't know, she might have already put it out by now, but something with the interview with the guy that hit the first level 80 in Guild Wars 2.
Oh, right.
There's an interview with him out on the internet, so she's going to do a little article update about that. And some pretty interesting stuff about how all of us were running around enjoying, well, I don't want to say enjoying, but, testing all the things out and just marveling at Guild Wars and the betas. And him and his guild were analyzing which dynamic events and which hearts give you the most amount of experience for the least amount of playtime to figure out once they got in game what their route was going to be to get the most XP. And then he just used the last 20 levels from 60 to 80. He did it with crafting.
Oh, really? You'd think you would start with that.
No, because it's easy to do. And you would figure how difficult is it going to be to find content that's easy to play through when you're level 60 to 80.
Right.
And I know, actually, a lot of the Team Legacy guys, that's what they were doing. They got up to level 70, and they used the last 10 levels to get to 80 with crafting.
Well, I guess it makes it easier when you're high level because you've had all this time to gather all the materials you need.
Exactly, yeah. And he also had the guy who was the first legitimate 80, because there were some hackers that exploited the game.
Oh, really?
That were getting to 80, and they actually had said something to him, or his game had gotten, I don't remember if it was banned or what it was, but then they kind of put out an apology note to him on Reddit saying sorry, we weren't talking to you specifically because you did it legitimately, but there were people who had found ways to exploit the game and bots and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah. If I can find the Reddit thread, I'll link it.
Okay.
In the description.
Sounds good.
Yeah. What else do we have?
Well, let's talk about how it all started, basically. How well the servers were going. Because I know that on Gamebreaker TV, the MMORPG, they posted something called Launch Rage, and it's Scott Hawks. Is that how you pronounce it?
I would think Hawks, yeah.
Yeah. He talks about the launch stability because people were having so much issues, especially, I was going to say especially me, just as if I'm the only one that mattered. But basically, we got our names reserved and everything before, everyone could grab our characters' names. And then we created the guild. We created Chronicles of Tyria, and then we started inviting people. But then the invites started to not work. And then, eventually, I just couldn't represent anymore. So for 3 days, I wasn't in a guild. It just said that I was not in a guild. So there was a lot of guild issues. There was a lot of connectivity issues. There was a lot of troubles, of problems with the game itself. And then people started to get really, really annoyed. But the thing is, they did not seem to appreciate the work that ArenaNet was doing. Because believe it or not, but some employees stayed up for more than 30 hours working on the game. Not playing, working on the files, working on the stability, working on everything. And I mean, they worked their butts off. And on that post on MMORPG on Gamebreaker TV, Scott, he talks about all that, and he actually compares MMO launches with each other's, like WoW or all those other MMOs, basically. And a Guild Wars isn't all that bad at all, and people should really stop complaining.
No, there was a lot of. I know in comparison to a bunch of other games that this was a relatively smooth launch. I mean, the game was playable. It really wasn't that bad. The worst part was, and I mean, it's not even bad. The game was down for about 5 hours, from 3 a.m. Eastern time to about 8 a.m. Eastern time. And I know because I was awake. I didn't sleep for 2 days playing the game. Well, I did sleep a little bit. I took some power naps. I used heavily the Team Legacy 48-hour marathon article to make sure I didn't do, I drank lots of water, I ate lots of protein, etc. But anyway, I was up with almost our entire guild, just sitting in our raid call chat linking stupid YouTube videos so we could laugh and have a good time as we waited to pass till the game came back online. And everybody consistently trying to log back in.
Yeah, because I think it was before launch, but after launch, they hit a peak of 400,000 players at the same time.
Mm-hmm. At any given time, there are about 400,000 players online. Minimum.
And I believe that I saw that, and I could be wrong, but, I believe that I read that at WoW's height, the most concurrent players was 600,000. I believe I read that somewhere. I would greatly have somebody come tell me that I'm wrong, because I'm fine with that. I just thought I remember hearing that somewhere, and this isn't even 1 week into Guild Wars, and if that's the case...
Right.
I mean, think about that.
They really have to add more worlds.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've heard that, but all of the German worlds are full.
Really?
There aren't... all of the French servers are on high, and all of the German servers are full.
That might be why they're having so much connectivity issues.
They're actually having to physically add in more worlds for Germany and France. The only thing is they're hesitant to do that because they don't, in a couple of months, the player base is going to slowly kind of taper off to people that are really going to continually play. So they don't want to add more worlds and then, have this server space taken up and then just never used. Mm-hmm. And I don't blame them for that. I mean, they got to pay their own bills.
Oh, definitely. Of course.
But another interesting thing along the same lines, there have been so many people playing the game and so much work they have to do to maintain the sheer amount of players that to keep the game running smoothly and everything, they had to completely shut down the online buy.guildwars2.com website where they sell you digital copies of the game through their website. That is completely shut down because they cannot devote enough people to be able to to manage that and make sure that works and also keep the game running.
Imagine that.
You can buy digital copies through other retailers and go to a store and buy a box copy if you have friends or someone that wants to play it, but you cannot buy it directly from ArenaNet currently because they have to they're focusing more on helping us out as players and keeping the game running smoothly. Mm-hmm. So thank you to them for that. To taking rather than sacrificing their own profits to help us. Which is just really cool that they would do something like that. Mm-hmm. Especially, they are a bigger company. So, pretty cool.
Yep. Well, that's about it for the connectivity issues, but... Game launched.
Mm-hmm.
My life is complete now.
People were actually cared after the, because everyone who pre-purchased the game had a 3 days head start. Mm-hmm. Everyone were thinking, oh no, after 3 days, our characters are going to be wiped again. No, guys, this is permanent. This is for real. It's on forever.
Who told you your character is going to be wiped?
There were some people on Twitter saying that.
Well, people consider the source, honestly.
Yeah.
Not to put down Twitter users at all, but, seriously, guys? I really?
I was replying with, no, this is Headstart. It's not a beta. It's Headstart, and then come launch, you're going to keep your character.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is launch for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, I'm loving my personal story. Mm-hmm. I joined the German Priory like I had said I was going to, and I do not regret that decision by one bit. And I have had a blast. I have Heilig as my racial sympathy, so that was fun. I went around to some Heilig villages and had a good time chilling with the Heilig. I had an amazing time, and I really, really want to tell you guys about one of the coolest things I've done in my personal story, but I don't really want to spoil it for anybody.
Okay, well then just call out spoiler alert, and then...
Okay.
About
spoiler alert, skip ahead probably only 15 seconds because I'm just going to say it quick, and then Diint's probably going to freak out.
Oh, no. Oh, wait. No, I already know what this is. You've already said this.
Oh, I already told you?
On raid call. You've already said it.
Oh, I don't think
Just
this
like
is the same. I don't think this is the same thing.
There's something else?
Okay,
It's
so
not
anyway, spoiler alert, everybody, skip ahead 15 seconds. And I ran away from a giant fight where I was fighting Tequatl. It was awesome.
Oh my god, that's so awesome.
I didn't actually fight him, but he was attacking a city in the game, and we didn't have enough forces. It was part of the story. It wasn't like I had to run away because I was going to die. The game mechanics were like, you don't have enough forces, run away.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if that's just the story. Everybody will get there, or because I chose the Hylic, I dealt with that earlier. I don't know. And I found an even cooler thing, which was a really, really big deal that nobody here has been taught. And I feel like such a jerk saying all these things. Like, there's some really awesome stuff, guys.
There's something else? Well, you're going to have to tell me after the podcast, because I didn't join the German Priory, and I don't really care about spoilers, so you just have to tell me everything.
Please, no spoilers.
Okay.
No, okay. Yeah, but I'm just saying, it'll be after the podcast, and he can tell me in whispers.
Did you join the German Priory, I take it?
I didn't join anything yet. I'm not crazily active in Guild Wars.
She got the baby Lagwyn.
Yeah, I guess so. Fine.
Fine. That's what being a parent is. You can't play as much anymore.
Yeah, pretty much. I guess. I don't know. What else do you guys want to talk about the launch of the game? I mean, funny story, we have awesome members. I went to take a nap before the game came out because I wanted to make sure that I would be awake to play, and none of my alarms went off. So I got to the game like 2 minutes late, and I missed out on pretty much every single name that I wanted. So if you are one of the people that took my name, I hate you. Well, the names I were looking for were ones I knew would be taken if I waited too long, and they were ones like, let's see.
Well, let's not call out anyone.
No, I'm going to call out people.
Oh.
There was someone took, and I knew this was going to happen. Someone took Fluttershy, which I really wanted to snag to make a ranger named Fluttershy because she would be a tree.
Okay.
Someone took Rocks as the Asura name, but I don't blame them because that's an awesome name and pretty, I feel like that's a common one other people would have thought of. I was definitely way too slow on trying to snag Adventure Time names, so I failed at that. Anybody from Adventure Time. Get this, though. I was going to make a female Sylvari, just yesterday. Another character. And I was thinking about all of the cool Sylvari names that I'd thought of when trying to come up with my own. And I went, and every single female Celtic, Welsh, or Gaelic goddess name is taken.
Wow.
I went through the list of all of them. They are all taken. So.
That's crazy.
Just throwing it out there. And I even tried switching up I's with Y's in a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Still taken. But I did get Lagwyn because one of our members, Jalinar, I'd like to shout out to you for reserving my name for me and then deleting it the next day so I could have access to my name.
I sent you a
text message, I know.
Telling you it was 20 minutes until. Because you were still not online.
I was asleep. Yeah, I know.
But I just hope you know I did that for you.
I figured it was you. I don't know why.
I was screaming at you over text message.
Yeah. By the way, check your Skype. I sent you a picture thing.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway. So, what's your favorite part so far, Naveen?
Oh my gosh. There's so many. I don't have a favorite, to be honest. I don't know. I could say crafting, but then I would be like, oh no, it's exploring. Oh no, it's the jumping puzzles. Oh no, wait, it's character creation. There's so many things. I honestly don't have a favorite.
Fair enough. I would like to point out that I'm a little upset that there were no additional Sylvaria or Asura character creation options for heads or hair. It was a little bit upsetting, especially when I've seen some of the cool, I could be wrong, but there's a Sylvari named Traherne, and I believe that his hairstyle is a hairstyle that's completely unique to him.
Oh, yeah?
What does it look like?
It's like a weird... It almost looks like one of the female hairstyles, unless it's a female, and I just didn't realize it.
No, he's male.
Yeah, but you know the one I'm talking about. I mean, I don't think that's a male character creation option. It's like a weird kind of... I don't even know... Like a hair comb-over deal? I don't even know what you would call it.
A leaf comb-over?
Yeah, a leaf over? I don't know.
A grassover.
Yeah, grassover.
Whoa. I'm guessing he just saw your picture thing. No spoilers.
No, okay, nope. I'm not gonna
Anyways,
say
yeah, there's not...
Oh, God.
There's not anything added, and I know that some people mentioned that too. They were kind of bummed out that... Because, if you create a character, a human character, or Norn character, or whatever, you have all these pages of customization, and you get to the Sylvari, you skip one page, and then you're done.
Yep.
So...
Yeah, I would
Do
like
I want
to...
hair as leaves or hair as twigs? I just with a mushroom.
I'll just go with bald.
Yeah. That's actually one thing I don't think I've seen at all is a bald Sylvari.
Yeah.
I did want to point out, I saw it, Bridger talked about it on the last Tales of Tyria, but there was a guy, and I just thought this was hilarious. He spent 20 minutes in character creation coming up with like his custom Norn character, and the first NPC he ran into looked identical to him.
Poor guy.
Yeah. And then one person was like, one of the people, I think it was Edwin on the Tales of Tyria thing, was like, well, I guess he knows what... It's like a preview when he goes to buy the Norn racial armor. He'll know what he looks like, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Jeez. Well, I'd like to point out also that, Chronicles of Tyria is on the Tarnished Coast server, and you're more than welcome to join our guild if you're 18 plus. And I'll put a link to the form that we have on the forums to fill out to just do an application to be part of our guild, because that's the easiest way to get in touch with us.
Right, yeah, and just so you know, if it means anything incentive-wise to you, we do have a guild stash that we're working on as well. We have a guild armor and a guild emblem, so you'll be able to display the emblem. You can go buy guild backpacks and guild armor. We're working on bigger guild storage, possibly guild weapons.
We also have people specializing in certain crafting in case you need something that you're not crafting in, or you're not high enough level of crafting to get something. You can check with them.
Yeah.
Correct, yes.
We have a raid call.
Yes, we do. We have two, actually.
Yeah, we have one for the podcast, for events, and then we have the
just
person.
what everybody uses.
Well, no, everyone switched to private guild one.
Did they really? Okay.
Yeah.
I was not aware of that.
Well, that's because you weren't online today. Plus, I announced it on the forums.
Oh, I think I may have seen that. I don't know.
Yeah. Who's not paying attention now?
Me, to be completely honest with you, I'm not paying attention.
Well, my favorite part of Guildverse 2
Thank you, Diint. Yeah.
was, gosh, I mean, it was late in the evening in Queensdale.
Once upon a time.
I had heard a rumor that there were these portals opening up around the swamp. So I went to investigate, and little did I know that I would encounter my first celebrity.
Oh.
You may have heard that the Shadow Behemoth is the one wreaking havoc and causing enormous catastrophe within the Queensdale swamp, but I say no. It is, in fact, the one and only Meg Ryan. I saw on Map Chat that the Shadow Behemoth was up, and I was like, yay! I'm finally high enough level to go fight him. So I ported to the Swamp Thing, and right where I am is someone playing as Meg Ryan. And I got a screenshot of it. We'll link it in the description. She got a new haircut. Although I think it's reminiscent of her When Harry Met Sally haircut, or You've Got Mail haircut, where it was really, really short, not like the women where she decided to go with extensions and it's down to her ass. But me. But I think that was the best part.
Oh, jeez. Hey, speaking of the swamps, what's up with those ship landing noises that they added when the portals go?
I'm like, is there a freaking jet engine?
I thought the same, and I was like, what is that noise? What? Are they ships landing? Is there a boss coming? Is that a new type of dragon? No, those are just the portals closing. Oh.
I know. It doesn't even sound like that. It sounds like a legit freaking turbine from a plane slowing down or whatever.
Yeah. That actually sounded like an air freshener, but okay. I don't know.
What scent?
I don't know. Swamp scent?
New Crichton scent.
New Crichton scent. Ew. I don't know. Anyways.
I'm tired of seeing Surins with afros. I'm sick of it. I have seen 900,000 Surins with afros. Stop it.
I know you're exaggerating because there's not that many players.
There are that many players.
No, that doesn't mean that there are that many playing at the same time. There's more than that. I mean, over 1 million people did the betas and stuff. I'm curious to see how many people made accounts so far.
Yeah.
It would be a good statistic to look at.
That's true.
But
So, I love Ebonhawk. I had a great time running around all over Ebonhawk. For those of you that don't know, there is a pipe organ in Ebonhawk similar to the one in the Caledon Forest. I cracked it. Other people have as well.
I hope you fixed it.
Oh, you.
Those things are expensive.
Bad. You're right. That is a bad pun. But anyway, it was fun to do, but I don't know if it was worth it because all I got was a chest and got really lame items out of it. So, but it's cool. You can visit the graves of various heroes from Guild Wars past, specifically Gwen and Kieran Thackeray are there. And Gwen's grave is actually a skill point where you commune with her grave and you get a skill point. So that's cool. I don't know. There was a lot of really cool things. I found I really like the higher level areas I get into. Wow. The dungeons. Awesome. I love the dungeons. I've done Ascalonian Catacombs and Caudicus's Manor so far, and I'm a huge fan.
Cool.
So I would recommend once you hit level 30, go check out Ascalonian Catacombs. Once you hit 40, go check out Caudicus's Manor. And it's cool. I haven't done explorable mode, so I can't really comment on that, but I can tell you that you do encounter all of the you encounter slowly, little bit by little bit, members of Destiny's Edge are in each of the story. Mm-hmm. So I've met, obviously everybody knows Air and Ritlock are in Ascalonian Catacombs from all the preview videos. Mm-hmm. Caudicus's Manor is Zoja and Logan. So that was cool.
Although you do meet Logan a lot in personal story.
Well, you're also... Are you playing a human, or are you playing...
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're going to encounter him a lot as a human, I would think. Mm-hmm. But...
Yeah, and Keith when you play Sylvari.
Oh yeah, and it's going to be, air when you play Norn, and same kind of a deal.
Which, by the way, I would like to apologize to the Norn community.
Yes.
Because I started reading Edge of Destiny today.
Uh-huh.
Because I finally finished Ghost of Ascalon, which was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The ending, oh my god.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Edge of Destiny I just started. I didn't realize Air was an artist.
Yeah, he's a sculptor.
I didn't know that.
Oh, so now you have
I have a little bit of respect.
Yeah.
Just because I know that they're capable of being somewhat civilized.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But so far, she's the only one I like.
Oh. Okay. Hey, I mean...
It's an improvement.
One step at a time, people.
That's cool.
So, yeah. Well, welcome to the tolerating side, Diint. The people that tolerate the other races, not just based on their looks. But yeah,
God,
it's...
I'm that kind of guy. Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah.
Straight up racist.
Also, totally unrelated to everything that we're just talking about, I want to point out that I have on my character 2 runes that make it really ridiculous, and I don't know what they do because I haven't got a chance to test them yet, but they're called Runes of the Flock, and I have a 5% chance to summon a bird whenever I
Oh my god. A flock of birds.
So, yeah, I just thought that was hilarious. That I can, it's I think there's a 5% chance every time I get hit or I hit an enemy that I'll summon a bird.
I ran so far away.
Well, it's not a flock of seagulls, Naveen.
It's still birds.
I guess.
I don't get it. What does that have to do with birds?
A flock of seagulls.
Flock of Seagulls is the band that sings that song.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm not as old as you two.
You're a baby.
I know. Well, none of us are as old as Naveen. But, whatever. So, I visited the Dragon Brand a little bit. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
More fun to be killing the corrupted than being one, I will point out, as the beta events. Do any of you guys play around with the keg brawl at all? I haven't done that myself.
Nope.
I tried to go to Hallbrack and I got confused and overwhelmed and I felt short and so I just left.
Makes sense.
Fair enough. Yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to, and I really want to, specifically because there's achievements based around it, so I would love to give that a shot. I'm a little upset, and I know other people are, that Polymock is not up. It's kind of sad.
Mm-hmm. The gate is still under construction.
Yeah, none of the other mini games are up either, which is kind of sad. So, Hall of Monuments. What do you guys think about that?
My God, I almost cried.
Yeah.
That sounds like a little intense, but I literally did. Because as soon as they announced Guild Wars 2 and they implemented the Hall of Monuments thing and the account linking, we all admitted, we all spent hours of our lives in that damn Hall of Monuments just trying to earn our rewards for Guild Wars 2. And then so that basically the Eye of the North outpost and the Hall of Monuments thing, the vision of that is like embedded into our head. We know exactly where everything is. We know exactly what it looks like. And so to then, to visit that place 250 years after and to just see it be in complete ruin, I don't know, it sent a huge chill up my spine. And the fact that they had the Zolnai chest there, and it was just kind of like,
yeah,
I can't take it. It was very, very well done. I almost got a tear.
Almost.
Because I'm a manly man.
Yes.
What's your
Thank you for that, Diint.
You're welcome.
I liked it. I don't like having to constantly feel like I'm running back to my bank to pull out more of those transmutation stones. because I want my armor to look cooler than it already does. You know, because the armor, I feel like it looks kind of stupid sometimes. And then I'm like, oh, let me do this. And then I run back, and I'm like, oh. Well, now I just bought, like, I got armor, and then I got new armor, and I'm like, well, now I need more. First world problems, right?
Right.
But no, I do like it. I haven't played around enough. I've only been pretty much playing Guardian and Elementalist, so I haven't seen any of, like, the other cool stuff, like the guns, like the pistols or the rifles. Or I actually haven't seen any of the armor, really. All I've ever taken is the heavy armor. I haven't played around with any of the lighter armor. I do like the Balthazar gauntlets, though. Those are pretty cool.
Yes, and I'm jealous that you have them. But I'm really digging the Duenna gauntlets. They look pretty freaking sweet.
Yeah, I'm a fan. So
my hands aren't on fire like yours.
Yeah. Well, you can't win them all, right?
You could. You did.
I am. I'm winning. Right here. Winning.
You can't Guild Wars 2, Lagwyn.
I'm winning.
Oh, is that a Charlie Sheen? That's stupid. Stop it.
Oh, I have to resist making a Charlie Sheen joke. Actually, I'm gonna.
Oh my god. Oh,
you know.
Charlie Sheen.
I mean, I already have Charleston Heston reserved.
Oh, you do?
I think I have that, and I think Dan has Charles in charge.
I was actually going to mention this earlier before we started recording, but I was thinking about making a character named like a watches clocks.
Yeah, that would be interesting for sure.
If only there was a race that did some sort of tap dance or a clog dance.
If only. Unfortunately, though, there's not.
God.
So, yeah, wow, I feel like we are totally lost at what to say.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's a nice recap of 3 days Headstart launch and what's new in Guild Wars, what isn't, our impressions, etc.
Yeah, I mean,
really, what it means is Naveen wants to get back into the Guild Wars 2 right now.
Oh, please! I'm gonna play before heading to bed.
yes, I think we can call it done.
Okay, let's just anything going on with you guys. Oh, let me throw this out there again. Again, I'm on my honeymoon for the next 2 weeks, so I will be replaced with Casey. And remember, we are still, again, 1 episode a week. So just remember, you can listen all you want on Monday or Tuesday, but you're not going to see anything.
And next show will be about the Kodan, the Jotun, and the Tengu. So if you have any questions, you can ask them in the comments below.
Right. And, yeah, so Casey's going to be taking Lagwyn's place in the podcast. I will, if you see Lagwyn online within the next 2 weeks, don't worry, it's because of me. I'm just getting into his account and stealing all of his things.
Oh, okay.
So
nice.
contact, Lagwyn for me if you need to get in touch with me.
Oh, Diint.
Yeah. You can't really do that because you actually owe me your soul in Guild Wars. So.
Oh, that's true.
I've been nice so far and not mentioning anything about it. So.
I'm only level 8.
Well, I mean, and you've got a lot of work to do. Hey, I just got this cool thing. Nope.
That's why I haven't been advertising. That's honestly why I have not been advertising any sort of new find or new achievement that I've made in Guild Chat. That is legitimately the reason. Wow. Be like, oh my god, look at this cool new thing. Here you go.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've been nice and just letting it slide, but...
Right, yeah. Come endgame, when we're all at the same level. And it's really just kind of like, we need resources to keep going.
Yeah, and farming for legendary weapons and things like that.
Yeah.
But then, whoops, expansion.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Anyways.
Yeah, so just a reminder to be on the lookout for news updates coming from Casey and Naveen. I will be resuming my post alongside Casey for the news come once I get back.
Mm-hmm.
And
if you see us in game, don't hesitate to talk to us.
Yeah, or I mean, join. Don't hesitate to ask for an invite either. I mean, you can join multiple guilds, so why not?
I mean, be like the lovely Buck and Suede contacted us.
The lovely and lovely.
I couldn't think of another word. I don't want to say talented because I don't know what they do. I don't know if they're talented or not.
I'm sure they're talented at playing Guild Wars anyways.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, they make good life decisions because they're playing Guild Wars and they listen to us.
Yeah, there you go. So
Yeah.
They're pretty smart.
Yeah.
So, again, next week. Actually, next week I won't. Like I said, I won't be on, but I may bug these guys from the hotel because I have something cool I want to throw out to all of the listeners since I won't be around. But some fun stuff for you guys to do in my absence. So I'm not going to tell them about it either. So they're going to have to wait to find out. So, yeah, I think with that, unless you guys have anything else, we'll kind of bring this to a close.
Yeah, I do. I'll leave a link in the comments below, but basically it's youtube.com/user/outrun-a-centaur. I posted a video that I am unboxing my collector's edition.
Oh, cool.
I also was going to make a joke video and put it up without telling you, like on the Chronicles of Tyria one, of me unwrapping my collector's edition of the strategy guide. And be like, okay guys, this is the first video of me unwrapping, and being like, take the wrapper off, it's a book, and then end the video and just put it on YouTube. By the way, it's pretty cool. There's a lot of lore in it, but just as a heads up to anybody that's thinking about getting either the regular or the collector's edition, it's outdated. Because the traits, the little thing they give you, the cool, which is what I was really excited about, it's this little flip book that's all these like high-def, really nice screenshots of all of the explorable areas in the game that shows you, like, so if you're like, oh man, where's that waypoint? And you flip it open to, and like stands up on your desk. Oh, Plains of Ashford. Okay, I'm here. Here's the vault waypoint. Here's the skill points. Blah 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 blah. There's no vistas because this was made before vistas were added to the game. Also, some of the skill points have moved. I noticed that a lot of the traits, since they've changed the traits a lot, vistas are in the actual book itself. But like I know, for instance, I looked at water magic traits, and I know those are not the way they are in the game anymore. So keep that in mind. But for lore, it's awesome because there's a whole bestiary that talks all about the different animals and different creatures you'll run into. There's a whole history, a written history of Guild Wars 1. Cantha, Ilona, everything's all in there. Really cool.
Oh my god.
And
how much is it?
The regular edition is... I think I got it at GameStop, but I think it's cheaper if you go on Amazon. I think you can get the regular edition for like $20. Or you could anyway.
What's the difference between regular and collections?
The collector is in a hardcover book with embossed Guild Wars 2, the Lagwyn thing where he's got the sword pointing down, and that's what actually comes with that little stand book that has all the cool little areas and stuff, the explorable areas. I think that's all that you get that's different. I believe the lore piece is also in the standard edition. But I'll have to check. But if next time we do a contest, I believe I actually have a free code for a digital version of the strategy guide. So
I may enter that contest.
So next time we have a contest for whatever we're going to come up with, I think that could be one of the prizes.
Cool.
Yes, that's awesome. And yeah, how much was the collector's?
It was $36 at GameStop, but I believe, at least when I was talking with one of our members last week, before the game came out, Amazon had it for like $26.
Oh.
So I would check that out. Oh, it also, by the way, talks about crafting. Fortunately, to my dismay, nothing about actual crafting recipes, which is kind of upsetting, which I was hoping, since it's a strategy guide, it would have. But it talks, it's actually would be really good if you have a friend you want to try to start playing Guild Wars, but they don't want to watch the online video that explains it that ArenaNet put out, the online manual that they developed, which is really cool. especially if somebody's going to start into MMOs for the first time ever, or especially Guild Wars, because it talks about, creating your character, how the weapons work, how to move, how to do all these different things. It's pretty cool to check out, so I would mention that. But the strategy guide also talks about, different things, how the economy works, death, and, dungeon delving, and then it has a whole section on all the professions, where it talks about all of their different skills, all of their different weapons, and then there's a little section towards the end, and I'm looking at it right now, where it says, here's the Elementalist is the first one in the thing. It talks about all the traits, which, again, like I said, some of them are outdated, but it talks about, Elementalists in PvE, Elementalists in PvP, and, different ways to play and different, kind of strategies. Again, like I said, I don't know how well that's going to work, but...
Mm-hmm. Did they mention any lore on professions?
I haven't actually read that much, so I would have to let you know. Like I said, it has the bestiary, and then it also talks a little bit about PvE, and actually has a guide through the beginning levels, so a level 1 through 25 kind of strategy guide of ways to do it for the different races.
Yeah, I need that.
So that's something, if you're interested in that kind of a thing, I would check that out.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I would like to point out we still haven't received anything regarding Thomas Engine. Also, I want to point out that I'm a little bit upset at whoever stole Thomas Engine as a character name. Because it wasn't me, but somebody took it.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not. I mean, I never said, I'm going to take that. And Naveen went to try to take it from me, I think. And
it was already taken.
But that's okay. I've never officially stated how you spell Thomas Engine, so you might have taken the wrong name. So, but yeah, I actually have some thoughts in my head of ideas of what I kind of want him to look like. So if you guys actually are interested in drawing it, why don't you send us a message or send me a message, and I'll send you kind of some mock-ups that I've done and images that I'm it would be cool if you had something like this, and then you guys can just kind of take it your own way. And yeah.
That's cool.
All right. I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, let's wrap this up.
All right, so for Chronicles of Tyria, super short, episode 16, so we can get back into Guild Wars, even though Diint and I have been playing the whole time.
Yeah. Still close to an hour anyways.
Yeah, I know, I figured. Well, there's going to be a lot of editing. But anyway, I'm Lagwyn.
I'm Diint.
And I'm Naveen.
And we'll see you in-game.
What kind of dies? Shit, what was that one?
Summer Thistle, Violet Ice, Spitfire, Serenity, Peach Tint, Forgiveness, Cream Shade, Cinnamon, and Rust.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I wish they named them normal fucking colors, so I could just type in Dark Navy and
Well, you might. Look up Midnight Navy. Because there are midnight colors. I did tell Casey after she failed the jumping puzzle too many times, I gave her her humiliation die. And I was like, I think this fits. And I was like, I'm sorry, so I gave her forgiveness die. And I was like, when you earn it, and I linked redemption die in the chat. But,
Are you serious? Those are real names?
yeah, there's even... God, what is there?
There's humiliation die.
Bake die. There's cake die, and the cake die's description says because the cake is a lie, I believe.
Oh, no way.
Pretty sure I saw somebody link that in the chat.
Oh, that's sweet.
So, you guys ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm actually kind of glad we're not talking about the minor races, so I can actually run around in-game not talking and don't look at notes.
And then it'll be like, what do you think about that, Diint?
Huh?
Diint.
Leather.
All right.